Have you ever prayed for God to open a door, but still felt stuck in the same cycle year after year? Same bills, same stress, same confusion, same prayers. What if God is not withholding the blessing, but there are silent habits in your life keeping you from walking into it? Some of these habits look normal, some even look responsible, but over time, they can drain your faith, damage your finances, and quietly pull you away from God's direction. And the final habit is the most dangerous one, because it can make your life look successful, while being completely disconnected from God. For many people, the first chain does not look like rebellion. It looks like waiting for the right time, waiting for the right amount of money, waiting for the right season, waiting for the right feeling, all while life quietly keeps moving. This is not a formula for forcing God's hand. It is a warning about the habits that pull us away from His wisdom. Some people are not waiting on God. They are hiding behind the word timing because they are afraid to obey. They say, "I'll start when I have more money. I'll get serious when life slows down. I'll fix my finances when things get better. I'll serve God when I feel ready." But years pass. The calendar changes. The excuses become more polished. And the seed is still sitting in their hand. Imagine a man opening an old notebook from 10 years ago. On the first page he wrote, "This is the year I finally start." But the business was never started. The debt was never confronted. The calling was never pursued. The conversation was never had. Not because God gave him nothing, but because he kept waiting for conditions God never promised. Ecclesiastes says that whoever watches the wind will not plant, and whoever looks at the clouds will not reap. There is wisdom in waiting on God, but there is danger in using waiting as a disguise for fear. Perfect conditions are often the graveyard of God-given potential. Faith is not only believing that God can move. Sometimes faith is taking the first step with trembling hands, trusting that God will meet you on the road. But some people are not just waiting their future away. They are spending money they do not have to create a life that looks blessed from the outside, while quietly falling apart behind closed doors. Not everything that looks like blessing is blessing. Sometimes it is just debt with a nice outfit. A man can drive a new truck to church, smile in the parking lot, shake everyone's hand and say, "God is good." But later that night, he sits alone at the kitchen table, staring at a credit card bill he is afraid to show his wife. From the outside, everything looks fine. The clothes are nice. The car is clean. The pictures online look happy. The lifestyle looks successful. But behind the image, there is pressure. There is fear. There is another payment due. Proverbs says that the borrower is servant to the lender. That does not mean every financial obligation is automatically sinful, but it does mean debt has power. It can control your choices. It can steal your peace. It can make you serve yesterday's purchases with tomorrow's paycheck. Many people do not want financial freedom. They want the appearance of blessing. But appearance is expensive, and pretending can become a prison. Debt can make you look successful in public while quietly making you a servant in private. And some people fight hard to get out of financial bondage, but keep sitting at tables with people who pull them right back into the same mindset that created it. Because sometimes what is shaping your future is not just your bank account. It is the people you keep allowing to shape your thinking. Not everyone who loves you is qualified to lead you. Some people are not evil. They are just not aligned with where God is taking you. Imagine a woman trying to rebuild her life. She is finally paying off debt. She is praying again. She is trying to be disciplined with her money, her time, and her walk with God. Then the old group chat lights up. Come out tonight. Stop being so serious. You only live once. Why are you acting different now? And suddenly, she is not just choosing whether to go out. She is choosing who gets its permission to shape her future. Proverbs says to walk with the wise and become wise, because a companion of fools suffers harm. The people around you will normalize something. They will normalize faith or compromise, discipline or disorder, gratitude or complaining, growth or excuses. Some people will not attack your faith directly. They will simply make you feel strange for taking it seriously. The wrong circle will normalize the very habits God is trying to deliver you from. You can love people without letting them lead you. Some relationships are not attacks from the enemy. They are doors you keep leaving open. But the wrong people are not always the only problem. Sometimes the person holding you back is the version of you that keeps giving God half-hearted work and expecting a full harvest. You cannot sow half-hearted effort and pray for a harvest of excellence. Some people pray for God to open a better door, but they are careless with the door He already gave them. They show up late. They do the minimum. They complain about responsibility. They cut corners when no one is watching. They say, "I don't get paid enough to care." Then they wonder why they are not trusted with more. Imagine a man praying in his car before work, "Lord, open a new opportunity for me." But inside the office, he sends careless emails, misses deadlines, avoids responsibility, and treats his current assignment like it does not matter. Colossians says that whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not merely for people. That means excellence is not just about impressing people. It is about honoring God with what is in front of you. And this is not just about your job. It is about how you show up in every role God has given you. As a parent, a spouse, a steward, a servant, and a believer. Mediocrity is not just a work problem. It is a worship problem. Because when you say you are working for the Lord, but your effort is careless, half-hearted, and inconsistent, the issue is not only skill, it is stewardship. God often tests your faithfulness in places you wish you could escape. But even excellent work will not carry you far if you keep wasting what God already placed in your hands. The problem is not always that people do not have enough. Sometimes what they already have is leaking through 100 small holes. A forgotten subscription, an impulsive purchase, an hour wasted here. A promise delayed there, a gift neglected, a responsibility avoided. At the kitchen table, the bills are scattered everywhere. The bank account is low, the budget does not exist, and the prayer is, "Lord, I just need more." But what if more is not the first answer? What if wisdom is? Luke teaches that whoever is faithful in little will also be faithful in much. God often watches how we handle small things before entrusting us with greater things. More money does not fix poor management. It only exposes it. If there is disorder in the heart, more resources may only create larger disorder. God does not only look at what you are asking for, He also looks at what you are doing with what is already in your hands. And when people refuse to be faithful with slow growth, they often become vulnerable to the most dangerous promise in the world: fast money without a faithful process. If an opportunity forces you to ignore wisdom, rush your judgment, and silence your conviction, it is not a blessing, it is bait. A person receives a message late at night, guaranteed returns. You have to act now. This could change your life. Don't miss your chance. Something inside feels uneasy, but greed starts talking louder than wisdom. Fear of missing out becomes stronger than discernment. They do not pray. They do not seek counsel. They do not slow down. They only think, This could finally fix everything. Proverbs warns that a faithful person will be richly blessed, but the one eager to get rich will not go unpunished. The issue is not opportunity. The issue is the spirit of haste, greed, and desperation that makes people ignore the wisdom God gave to protect them. Be careful calling something a blessing just because it is profitable. Profit is not proof of God's approval. Anything that promises harvest without seed is usually a trap. God can bless quickly, but He never asks you to abandon wisdom and call it faith. If you have to silence your conscience to chase it, you may not be walking toward blessing. You may be walking toward bondage. But the final habit is deeper than money, deeper than discipline, and deeper than relationships. It is the habit of building a life first and asking God to bless it later. Many people do not want God's direction. They want God's approval after they have already chosen their direction. They choose the job. They choose the relationship. They choose the investment. They choose the partner. They choose the move. They choose the plan. Then they bow their head and say, "Lord, bless this." But they never stop to ask, "Lord, is this from you?" This is one of the most dangerous habits because it can look mature. It can look strategic. It can look successful. People may even admire it. But Proverbs tells us to trust in the Lord with all our heart, not to lean on our own understanding, and to acknowledge Him in all our ways. Not some ways, all ways. The most dangerous decisions are not always the ones that look sinful. Sometimes they are the ones that look successful, but were never surrendered. You can build a life that impresses people and still be walking in a direction God never told you to take. You can have motion without obedience. You can have success without surrender. You can have a plan without peace. And that is a dangerous place to live. God is not merely asking to be invited into your emergencies. He is asking to be Lord over your direction. If you saw yourself in one of these habits, do not treat this as condemnation. Treat it as mercy. God reveals what He wants to heal. He exposes what He wants to restore. Maybe this video did not come to shame you. Maybe it came to interrupt a pattern before it costs you another year. Sometimes, the first step toward a blessed life is not receiving more from God, but surrendering what has been quietly pulling you away from His wisdom. Maybe the blessing is not as far away as you think. Maybe obedience is the door you have been standing in front of all along. Before you go to sleep tonight, choose one habit from this list. Just one. Write it down. Bring it honestly before God. Not to shame yourself, but to surrender what may have been quietly shaping your life. Which habit did you see in yourself today? You do not have to share details. Even just writing the number is enough. And if this message spoke to you, you can simply write, "Lord, help me surrender this habit." If you want more biblical wisdom on faith, stewardship, discipline, and living a life that honors God, consider subscribing.